What is up, guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding. And if you watch this video, you know that I won the European Pro in Alicante 2023. It just feels absolutely incredible. And the first thing I want to say is, guys, thank you so much for the comments, the DMs, the positive feedback, and even the criticisms. Everything has been so incredible to read. The amount of attention it has gotten throughout social media, and just personally feeling all of the effort you guys put into not just saying congrats, but actually putting out kind words and saying how much you think that this was a victory for classic bodybuilding just means so much to me. And this is exactly my goal of this entire thing, is to represent classic bodybuilding the best way that I can with my physique, and to be the victor of this competitive show. You will see that I will be battling it out with Modelman, a very good competitor who beat me back in 2021, and also German. I think he was third in this show. He also beat me in 2021, and this is kind of a redemption show. And I'm incredibly grateful, happy, and proud that I've been able to achieve the victory here. But anyway, let me show you exactly how that day went. Alright, so first we woke up in the morning, Sunday the 17th of September, just to get my first meal of the day in. We woke up quite early to make sure that I can get the meals in before going on stage. You don't want to be bloated at all. And the first meal, as you can see, is of course the rice flour, putting in just a little bit of water. I don't like to put in too much, so I like to put in about half of my usual amount, about 300 mils instead of 750 mils, so a bit less than half, just to make sure I eat enough, I drink enough water with the carbs so I don't get bloated and the carbs actually get absorbed into my body. So at least 2 hours before the show I had a meal, and 2 hours before that, to make sure everything is absorbed properly into my body and that the carbs are actually going to do their work to get fullness showing on stage, which definitely worked. And then we are walking to the car to go to the venue. The venue was only around 15 minutes driving, which was very amazing. It's never fun to have to drive very long. Depending on traffic, it can take even longer. The last thing you want is stress. So what I always do before going to shows like this is find out, okay, how close to the show can I actually stay with the apartment so that the stress is minimized when I actually go to the show. But anyway, here I am on stage, and I'm just gonna leave you with this footage here. But right now, the look, this is the first time I actually went on stage, and I'm incredibly happy with this look. The combination of fullness, conditioning, proportions, with the legs being improved, presentation was better, posing trunks was a lot better than previously. So all in all, very happy with the package. But let me just show you the footage of the show itself.
Forward turn to the right. Back double bicep. Thank you, gentlemen, to follow off stage. Thank you very much, Wesley. 59, Germany. 60, Bingo. 61, Ruben. 64, Wesley. Come on! Face the rear. Back double bicep. face front. Your favorite classic pose. Relax. 64, 61 switch places. 64 and 60 switch places. 43 and 59 switch places. Don't spread out. Stay on the line. Stay on the line and spread out. Yes. Face the rear, back up the bicep. Face front, dumbbell to one side. Your favorite classic pose. Relax. 56 and 60 switch places. Gentlemen, back in line. Side chest. $53. 56. 59. 59. 60. 61. 62. Side chest. Face front, dumbbells to one side. Your favorite classic pose. Relax. Thank you, gentlemen. This concludes pre-judging.
Yeah, but that's now we have the weekend to Dubai to do that. Yeah.
Pressure up because I see when you stand behind the first pose,
Oh, you mean
second pose, better.
Basically like this?
Exactly like that. Then you keep the water easy.
Yeah, yeah. Suck it in.
Not just the
So after the prejudging, you saw me talking with my coach, Stefan. He told me you need to get the pressure up in the muscles, which means you got to get that pump going the whole time.
What do you think of Wesley? I think it's his best shape ever. He always brought something special on stage, but this time I think he nailed it. Yeah, I hope he wins. Really hope.
Face front. Thank you very much, Wesley. 64 and 59 switch places. 56 and 43 switch places. In front, Donald to one side. Your favorite classic pose. Relax, back in line.
Come on.
To Jose Maria Mete Wesley.
Take the first place. The gold medal, a check of $2,000. The Ferrari Europa Pro ring, the title of 223, IAPB Pro, Europa Pro Classification Jump, and a ticket to the Joe Winners Olympia stage in Orlando. To your winner, Wesley Vissers. Ladies and gentlemen, I think one of our first top five. Well done, ladies and gentlemen.
Listening to feedback for judges and criticisms. It's not better and better, that's what bodybuilding is all about, so you need to showcase that on the Olympia stage will be the next trip. Absolutely.
Blij Marley?
Ja, hele blij man. Al niet beter.
Now it's unreal.
I feel all the water now disappearing.
No, it's just you know when you lights out game over.
Yeah.
That was just that nasty. Fuck.
Oh man, what an incredible feeling that was. The amount of relief and, you know, the proudness, if that's the word, I had after winning was incredible. Right after winning the show, I drank a liter of coconut water. which by the way ESN will come out very soon with the coconut water intra workout, but I know that has the perfect mineral balance to fuel the body with the electrolytes again, which because we did cut water and I sweat a lot. There we were talking at the home front with Dexter, of course, and my parents-in-law, and here you know, quite a lot of people of course wanted to take a picture with me, and I didn't rush back home. We simply took a lot of pictures with everybody who wanted to, because without the audience we bodybuilders are nothing. So that's why I really keep wanting to thank you guys for the incredible support, because you know, without you guys the sport wouldn't be alive. And after the competition we actually went to an Indian restaurant. My coach told me that especially my girlfriend Marley, who you have seen me being tanned by and who has done a lot of things behind the scenes for me, it really is a teamwork, but my coach told me she really does deserve a nice meal with you, and of course I didn't mind that either. And we always love food that is a bit different, so even though we are in Spain, we chose for an Indian restaurant, of course, some rice, some tikka masala, some naan bread, some you know, beautiful food, which I really love. Not too much, because remember, exactly a week after this Dubai is going to happen, which I will be showing you everything at that show as well. Faster English uploads too, we're gonna work on that, because remember, I'm doing Dutch and English footage at the same time. And then last but not least, we had a nice dessert, homemade French toast with a little bit of vanilla ice cream and pistachio ice cream as well, which really did hit the spot after the competition. And honestly, whenever I have a meal post competition, it just, you know, not only is it delicious, but to be able to share it with your team, you know, with the people who are closest to you, it's just an incredible experience, and incredible memories are being formed. One of my fondest memories of the show, of all the shows that I've done, is usually after the show, after, you know, of course, a victory, when you are able to enjoy a meal out with your family, your friends, etc. And afterwards, we still, you know, we were done in the afternoon, which is what I love. After a show being actually done with still half the day left, you can actually do stuff. So first we ate, and then we walked around Alicante, and just watched a lot of the markets there. And the temperature was very nice as well, around 27-28 degrees Celsius, which was very comfortable. And right now, as I'm sitting here in the Netherlands, it's about 20 to 23 degrees Celsius, which is a bit cooler, but I don't mind. But in Dubai, it'll actually be 40 degrees Celsius. But anyway, we went back to the apartment, and then I already started pretty much prepping for the next day, because the next day we were going to fly home. And what I like to do, the breakfast I already like to make before going to bed. So I just wake up, you know, pack the suitcases entirely, finish everything up, and the last thing I do before leaving the apartment is have my breakfast, and then pretty much enjoy the rest of the day. But we still had to go to the gym as well, because we had to check out at 11 a.m. and we had to fly at 6 p.m. So that's why we still had time left to do our thing. So this is the day that we were going to leave home. I always like to stay at least one more day in the location where I do the show. Why? Because I don't want to rush on the day of the show itself. You want to be able to relax. You saw we were able to eat something, just walk around the city, just enjoy ourselves and let the stress go down, instead of having to think right after the show, oh wait, we gotta leave very early again with the plane, and we gotta take care of everything. No, just nice, relaxed, book an extra day, and make sure to not have that stress of having to rush. That's the last thing you want, because stress is a physique killer, especially when you still have to do a show. So after the show, what I'm saying right here is that it's very important to drink a whole lot of water, guys. So I drank around 10 liters of water leading up to the peak week and in the peak week. But the day before, you cut water down, because after a while you are full enough. You don't want to spill over. And with what works with me very well is cut water down at least a couple of hours before the show as well, to ensure that you stay and look nice and dry and conditioned. If I drink too much water, which what happened in 2020, remember, I really missed my peak and spilled over. That's not what you want, but when you skip water for at least half a day and then do a lot of posing, a lot of sweating, you want to be able to fill it out as quickly as possible, replenish the water stores and the electrolyte stores, because I'm going to do another show in a week and it takes a while before that normalizes. So here is that breakfast. I like to call it the victory breakfast. Always cream of rice, some fruit in the form of strawberries, and of course a designer whey in the form of whey paste, 65 grams of designer whey on top. The carbohydrates fuel me for the workout I'm about to do, and the protein of course fuels the muscle retention and muscle repair, because the moment, I actually had a lot of a muscle ache in my glutes and legs especially the next day from posing, which means the muscle is damaged. So actually having plenty of protein is very important to recover that muscle mass and to retain that muscle mass, because during the loading I didn't actually have a lot of protein, only 100 grams of chicken per meal, which is twice as low as I normally would have. And then it is of course time for a leg day. So why am I training legs right after the show? Well, because I have another show, Dubai, in 7 days. The only chance for me to train legs is pretty much as quickly as possible. Normally I like to do legs at least 10 days out as the last workout for legs. But now, because I didn't train legs for quite a while, you still have to stimulate them once. Because if you don't, you will not have the fullness in the legs on the day of the show. In my opinion, you want them to be stimulated. You want the carbs to be brought in to those muscles. And we of course start out with the seated calf raise. Everything I'm doing in this workout looks like what I'm doing here at Fit Gym as well. So starting out with the calves, which a lot of people ask me, why do you start out with the calves? Well, because calves don't take away anything from the rest of the leg workout. You can give it your all, which means you can actually drive a lot of energy into the calf work. But if you do calves at the very last, you won't be able to give everything to the calves, because the leg workout did take something away from your energy to take on those calves. And I want to keep improving my calves. I want to improve the definition. I want to improve the size and the shape. So always prioritizing calves at the beginning of the workout really does work quite well. So that is very important. So here that's exactly what I'm saying, starting with the calves, and then we're going to do the seated leg curl. The seated leg curl is something that I like to do whenever a gym offers it, especially when the seated leg curl is, gives you full range of motion, because it's slightly better, at least in theory, than the laying leg curl is, because the laying leg curl doesn't put your legs in the same angle compared to your hips, whereas the seated leg curl, you're sitting down, so your legs are already much more bent, which increases the stretch in the hamstrings when you go all the way out in a stretched position.
Oh. Feels good. Okay. Oh. Die hand op.
And then we are doing the leg press. I'm going nice and deep here. And this is also something a lot of people ask me, because I post stories on my Instagram all the time of me doing leg workouts. And whenever I do the leg press, I put my feet nice and wide on the platform, because if you look closely, it allows me to put my legs around my body instead of my legs bumping into my stomach. When your legs bump into your stomach, you lose tension at the bottom and you lose range of motion. why would you want to do that? Now, everybody is different. So for my personal physique, I like to put my feet wide, allowing me a full range of motion, allowing full stretch in the quads, which is what you need to grow them. That is actually one of the reasons why my legs looked so much better at the show compared to even the Olympia, as I keep improving my range of motion in every single exercise. If I can't achieve full range of motion, that exercise is simply not for me and I choose another one. So movements that I love to do is, for example, the bell squat, the hack squat, the leg press like this, and also the Smith machine squat. Those all allow me to position myself in such a way that I can go all the way down, stretch the legs to the full capacity, and also allows me to use a lot less weight. Remember this, the more range of motion you can use, the bigger the stimulus is to the muscle without having to use a whole lot of weight. What does this mean? Less stress on the joints. That is what matters, guys. Bodybuilding is about putting stress on the muscle and not on the joints or the tendons, which is why I don't need to wear any knee sleeves anymore or elbow sleeves anymore, because I figured out what works for my body to be able to use full range of motion and anatomically correct movements and movement patterns that actually move with the muscle rather than forces going against the way my joints want to move, which is something I would never recommend you do.
Thank you very much. Yeah, okay, of course. All the best. Great. Hey. Dankjewel, dank je. Dankjewel. Ja, dat was echt super blij.
The last compound movement is actually a single leg press unilaterally. As you can see, I put my foot now in the middle of the pad because that actually allows for a maximum stretch of the glutes, and it also enables you not to have to go as deep. If you go all the way down here, your butt will actually come off of the seat and your lower back will be rounded, which is bad. But because you put your foot in the middle of the platform, you automatically stretch the glutes a lot quicker, and you're not trying to work the quads here either. You're trying to isolate the glutes. And the last movement of the day is a simple leg extension. And remember, guys, I haven't said this yet, which is actually very important. I don't go to failure at all. I stay at least 3 reps away from failure. They like to call that 3 reps in reserve, to ensure that I don't cause any muscle ache or damage in the muscles. This is all about stimulating the muscle mass for staying. And then we had, right after the workout outside, 2 blueberry cheesecake designer whey samples, which I took a lot of them with me right after the training, and also a banana, granting me protein and carbs to replenish from the workout. And then we actually walked to a chicken restaurant, which I went to last time in Alicante as well. I remembered they had very clean food, just a clean salad, clean white rice, and half a chicken as my post-workout meal after this leg day. And after this, it was all back to the normal, regular bodybuilding meal. So we went back to the airport. I actually walked around a couple of times, ensuring and get the 10,000 steps. And here you can see one of those regular meals. The only thing that I added is a little bit of fruit for the micronutrient content, as during all of the loading, all the meals didn't really contain vegetables, just a little bit of fruit, but the micronutrients, which I find very important, I wanted added by adding plenty of vegetables and plenty of fruits back into my diet. And then we were on the plane, still eating the food on the plane, of course, sticking to my bodybuilding diet. And then we went back home to the Netherlands, preparing for Dubai. Alrighty guys, that was the victory video. A lot more footage for you is coming. We will keep recording. Right now it's Wednesday, and tomorrow morning we are leaving for Dubai. Friday morning at 10 a.m. is going to be the weigh-in, which serves me very well, because that means I can just wake up, maybe even have breakfast, then weigh in, and then load for the rest of the day. The weigh-in for Alicante, the European Pro, was at 7 p.m., which meant I really had to alter my diet the day before, so I woke up nice and light. I couldn't really load all the way, but we are going to prevent all of that by simply going to the weigh-ins, weigh in very easily, because right now I weigh 111.1 kilos. I'm allowed to weigh 112.9, and for the US viewers that is 249 pounds, and right now I weigh around 245 pounds, so I still have a lot of room in terms of the weigh-in, which for the future is also a good sign. But that also means it's going to be very easy to weigh in at Dubai, and it gives me an advantage for loading up into the show, because to beat someone like Rough Diesel, I'm going to need every advantage I can get. Anyway guys, thanks once again for the incredible golden support, and of course don't forget to stay golden.